Real talk with real people from real life, yeah. Is it real? Is it real? The pure realness here on.
This is your non-local radio.
Hey everyone, I'm Kristoffer talking, and
Radio RuffiYo, ooh yeah.
Namaste, motherfuckers. It's me, RuffiYo, and today I'm very happy and also very thrilled to announce to you an artistic cooperation, a project our beautiful universe and the whole world of the arts maybe has never seen, because for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, ever today there will be a joint venture. And for all the potheads out there, I don't mean a joint to smoke, I mean a joint venture, a business jargon. And ladies and gentlemen, this will be a Radio RuffiYo and Kristoffer talking monthly show, feature 2 shows in one. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, for the first time ever in the whole world of the media broadcast system, here live, almost live on www.nonlocalradio.com. Yeah, and therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also very excited and very stoked, like the people in Stoke, England, like to say, what's going to happen in the next 60 minutes of this crazy radio show concept. And also therefore, now, I'm very happy to introduce not just an international, well-renewed artist and also a great mind, also founder and CEO of this radio station, but what's most important, also an old good friend, live now or also almost live from Paris, ladies and gentlemen, in World Structures, Kristoffer. Namaste, motherfuckers. It's me, RuffiYo, and today I'm very happy and also very thrilled to announce to you an artistic cooperation, a project our beautiful universe and the whole world of the arts maybe has never seen, because for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, ever today there will be a joint venture. And for all the potheads out there, don't mean a joint to smoke, I mean a joint venture, a business jargon. And ladies and gentlemen, this will be a Radio RuffiYo and Kristoffer talking monthly show, feature 2 shows in one. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight for the first time ever, the world media system here live, almost live, www.radio.com. Yeah, and therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also very excited, very stoked, like the people in Stoke, England, like to say, what's going to happen in the next 60 minutes of this crazy radio show concept. And also therefore, now, I'm ready to introduce not just an international well-renewed artist, also great minds, also founder and CEO of the radio station, also the world, also live now, also on the station. Motherfuckers. Namaste. It's me, Kristoffer talking, our beautiful universe and RuffiYo, and today I'm very happy and also very thrilled to announce to you the whole world of the arts on www.nonlocalradio.com. An artistic cooperation, a project like the people in Stoke, England, like to say out there for all the potheads. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, for the first time ever in the whole world of the media broadcast system, here live, almost live, a joint venture, and yeah, and therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also very excited and very stoked, not just an international, well-renewed artist and also a great mind, also founder and CEO of this radio station, but what's most important, also an old good friend. What's going to happen in the next 60 minutes of this radio show concept? Kristoffer maybe has never seen, because for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, ever, today there will be a business jargon, and now involving structures don't mean a joint to smoke, I mean a joint venture. Feature 2 shows in one monthly show, Radio RuffiYo, and ladies and gentlemen, this will be crazy. And also therefore, I'm very happy to introduce live now, or also almost live from Paris, ladies and gentlemen.
Join in. We're dissolving the given.
Yes, thank you for this introduction. And hello, ladies and gentlemen, also from my side. Just as a small introduction from this other side of these games, it is not really a coincidence, or one could say that it is a true coincidence that it is this month that this new chapter is taking shape. Because as it happens, we are back to the Olympics, back to the Winter Olympics as it happens. And who would have thought that once again we are finding ourselves not at the right spot, not where the actual post is going off, so to say. So, as you already know, we are nearly live. So now the first results are coming in. Alpine skiing, men's downhill, is completed already. And we got gold for Switzerland, von Allmen. We got silver and bronze for Italy. Mr. Franzoni and Mr. Paris. And then we also have a second competition that is already done, cross-country ski, women's skiathlon, final already. So gold and silver is going to Sweden and bronze is going to Norway. Number 1, Carlson, Madame Carlson. Number 2, silver, Madame Andersson, and bronze, Madame Wang from Norway. What's up today? We got curling. We got curling mixed doubles, Sweden versus Italy. We got curling mixed doubles, Great Britain versus United States. We got curling mixed doubles, Estonia versus Norway. We got curling again, South Korea versus Czech Republic. Then we got one curling that is completed, Sweden, Switzerland, 13-7. Curling completed, Great Britain, Canada, 7-5. Curling, okay, let's skip the curling. Figure skating, for all our fans of figure skating, there is the team event, men's singles qualifiers, team event, final ice, freestyle skiing. What else do we have? Ice hockey. It's too much. We will see where we end up, and I'm giving back to you.
Yeah. It's me again, Raphael Affa. Live or almost live, this time from Berlin City, yeah. And thank you well, Kristoffer, for your clear communication, then especially in these times of non or miscommunication.
Props go out to my homie Kaspar Hauser. Rest in peace.
But also in these cruel times of torture, of hate, of war and stupidity, clear communication is more important than ever.
And like Mr. Watzlawick once said, ladies and gentlemen, you can not communicate. So do it clear, yeah.
And also, my dear listeners around our beautiful planet, as you might have witnessed in Kristoffer's part before, how easy it is also in times of artificial intelligence to mislead and irritate human minds. Please, all you kids out there, question every information you get. Verify your sources. Reflect and, like Mr. Cube once said, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yeah, so socially critical and educational part. Check. You know, each one teach one.
And now I'm interested, Kristoffer, do you also have a socially critical part?
And when should we actually play some music, and what music? And also, what is actually the meaning of life?
And will the Austrian ski jumping team win the gold medal today? What do you think about this, Kristoffer?
Was war die Frage? Gewinnst heute? Keine Ahnung. Was gewinnen wir heute? Was gewinnen? Gewinnen.
Bonjour, bonjour, Schwede. Cool, ça marche, was geht?
Ça va, toi?
Super, passt? Ça va, toi?
Ça va.
Ça va. Okay. Du, first of all, just for your information, I'm recording right now with my voice recorder. You know, because I will put this in our session, in our show. Because as real as it gets, you know, reality zum Quadrat, Alter. Square, was heißt denn zum Quadrat auf Englisch? Reality Square? Ja, Schwede, Alter. Erstens einmal, fetter Track, geil. Echt musikalisch im letzten Part. Immer wieder eine Überraschung. I was stoked. I was flashed because of the last music that you have chosen. Ja, yeah. Was sagst denn du? Wie läuft's denn bis dato von dem her? Geht, oder?
Ja, ich glaube, gut läuft's. Ich glaube, es nimmt Form an.
Ja, keine Ahnung, wie viel haben wir? How much content do we have already? I think it's around 30 minutes right now or something.
Well, I think we were like at 13.
13. Oh, okay. But you know, should we actually? Because for me this was also just like a request, you know.
Just start to talk very slowly.
Me, right now, or
both of us?
Both of us. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. But I have already spoken very slowly in my last part. So right now, I drank too much coffee today.
Okay, let's talk fast.
Okay, I drank too much coffee today. You can, if you want, you can talk slow. But today, I'm not sure if I can talk so much in the upper BPM region. You know. So yeah. I also think it's, you know, it's funny because I really enjoy it, you know, to sit here, and I'm also excited the whole day or the whole week. What will be the next part of you which style, you know, which content, which whatever. And so it's always like a little surprise, always very funny to hear this then also, yeah. One question, Schwede. First thing is, I would, what would you say, my next musical choice for our show would be a live recording. I don't know if I should call the interprets, but you can more or less call them like the non-local radio all-stars, because actually I think everybody of the main don't know, what should I say? How do you call it if a theater has a, you know what I mean? If there is a theater and there are 5 actors who are all ensemble, this was the word I think I was searching for. And I think also on that recording, almost the whole ensemble of the non-local radio, or a lot of people are on this track. You know what I mean? Which track?
So no, it's true. So it's just about. So what you mean is we listen back. We tune back into our live recording from some months ago, to let this moment influence us once more.
Okay, yeah, good. This was exactly what I was thinking about also. Yeah, on the one hand, and on the other hand, you know, I would also, because I have also of this session, I have a little video. I made a little video of this first live input on nonlocalradio.com, and I wanted to ask you if it's okay, because you know, normally for Radio RuffiYo we do now a joint venture, a feature, but for Radio RuffiYo, you know, I make always a little trailer 1 week before. And so this time I would just take this trailer, you know, but on the trailer you can see while Mehdi is playing with the computer, you doing some vocals. I think Nada is in the background, and also Kat, I think, is with a short live, just all in the background. But I would, this time would take this video for the, you know, for the trailer for the next show for Radio RuffiYo. But you know, I just wanted to clear it, if it's also cool for you. And the rest, I mean...
For me it's cool, but the question is if it's cool for them.
That's the question.
Maybe you should blur them, or put a black bar on top of them.
A black bar on top of them, okay.
Or you just do it and you face the consequences.
I think that is what I will do. I mean, I can also text them. I don't know, is Mehdi actually, is he on social media? Or is he on this whole social media thing?
I mean, I have no idea.
Okay, then whatever. I just do it. You know, you can. I will link nonlocalradio.com. If you see them or meet them, you can tell them if they don't like it, they should just text me. Then I would. I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing. How should I say? Discrediting or something like this. It's just a short video with Bam here, Radio RuffiYo, and here Kristoffer talking, monthly show, Superfeature, nonlocalradio.com, also with live music from the legendary Studio A187, just like this, you know. And if they have a problem with it, you know, also, you know, you can tell them they should just text me and tell me, or sue me. They should just...
chase you down.
Yeah, also chase me or sue me or whatever. Exactly. But yeah, you know, I think they also have my address. I mean, you have my address, so they can also come and chase me or sue me or sue me or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know you.
Okay. Yeah, man, cool. I will put this, and then, okay, my next part, because you took the first musical choice with a really fresh track. Props to that, my friend. So my next musical choice would be then, some live recording. But I would also, you know, because the whole track or the whole live recording, I think is almost around 40 minutes, stuff like this. So for me, for our show, I would just take this as musical inputs, you know, Don't know if you have something else, but I would just take this. I think that's smooth.
I'm curious. I'm happy to revisit this time. And you know what?
What?
I think around the 7th of March,
Okay.
we have our first anniversary.
7th of March is our first anniversary, or what?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
fucking goodness! Okay! Oh shit, Alter, it's birthday time! It's birthday time. Yeah, man, we have to celebrate. Man, you know, hey, if you want, you, Nada, and also the rest of the crew, because it's funny, because I just had some phone calls with some friends of mine in Berlin. And the funny thing is, in my friend circle, almost 80%, I mean, I don't have that many friends. In my whole friend circle of these two people, almost around 70% have their birthday in March. And so we are making a little birthday bash at the 20th of March.
Nice.
20th
So birthday month is coming.
is coming. Yeah, but do you have some plans for non-local radio? What did you...
Do you?
Right now, on the 7th, I mean, actually we should. But maybe we should do something, you know, something, yeah, of course we should do something, Alter, auf jeden Fall. But the question is what and when. And I think maybe it would be easier to do something in summer then also, you know? Or do you think it's in March? Because March is really, because on the 7th of March I'm at the Wu-Tang concert in Vienna.
So I think on the 6th I will be in the north of France somewhere.
And it's on the 6th. Okay. I'm in Vienna at the Wu-Tang final concert.
No, it's good because it's non-local anyway.
Yeah.
We do something, but we have no idea what it will be.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. I mean, we can do something with a live stuff like this. That sounds smooth. Yeah, man. That sounds like a good plan.
Let's listen in. Let's see what that was.
What do you mean? What was?
What we will listen to now.
What we will listen to now? You mean the track, the live recording of the first show? Yeah, man, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Thank you very much, Kristoffer. So the next track, do you want to, how do you say it, to make the, how do you say it then, you know, the Anmoderation? What is Anmoderation in English?
I think it can speak for itself.
That's a good point. So, as a next track, from the first live recording on www.nonlocalradio.com ever, I think it was a feature of all the people around the world.
Right from the start, at radio. Online or shall I listen via WhatsApp? I asked my cat, what do you think of
It whispers. Das Equilo whisper.
Well. Gathered word.
You're on live.
Tu t'écoutes. On te laisse. Peut-être c'était ça. C'est comme ça que nous allons whisper. Et en quoi? There's one announcement. The first of a kind.
As it happens.
There. Hold it. There's. For everyone who was it? For failing. Sound fun! It is only 1 hour later. 1 hour later. In 1.5. But the good news, choose to be this way. It is. On va. On se demi-heure.
just... Ta-da! I am killing a chicken.
Yes, and this means that we're back, as if nothing had happened. But let's have a look. Depending where you are, there's different kinds of what one could call seasons. And just as there will be proper occasions to either celebrate this or simply take it into account, so will there, not only will there, but have there be structural contributions. Structural in terms of metabolites, context, alignment, conditions that put themselves through the back onto the very scene of what is happening. So whatever it may be about, whatever may be around, keeps on seasoning.
Yeah. Wow. Sorry, I'm always so overwhelmed when I hear this track. Whew. Legend has it that the producer, while producing this track, was guided in one hand by the devil and in the other hand by God. I don't know. But whatever, to come now slowly to an end of this crazy super feature between Radio RuffiYo and Kristoffer Talkin's monthly show, I would like to finish the... un momento, per favor. Yeah, I would like to finish the Radio RuffiYo part with a little story about Kristoffer and me. You have to know, all you beautiful listeners around all galaxies and realities, Kristoffer and I know each other since around 35 years. You know, we grew up in the same hood, but I think we became friends around 20 years ago. So you could imagine that there are lots of crazy stories I could tell, but now I want to tell this particular story, and the title of the story is Contenance. Contenance. Yeah, I think it was, no, I know it was in December 2025, no, December 2024. I know it because it was the same night where the picture for the flyer of this episode was taken. And it was the first time that I visited Kristoffer in Paris. And it was actually just one of these totally smooth days, you know. First, I was strolling through Paris, beautiful Paris. And in the afternoon, we were hanging out in Kristoffer's atelier in the legendary Studio 187. And I think it was also the day where we recorded some samples for the track Studio 187. And what's most important, I think it was also the day where the idea of nonlocalradio.com was born. So we were also creative, productive, and at the evening we were hanging out in Kristoffer's place with his girlfriend. And, you know, we just had a good time. And I remember I had already the whole day just this natural high thing going on. And so we were celebrating at the evening and just continuing having a good time, yeah. You know, we had good food, telling jokes and old stories, drinking red wine, and a lot of this blue French beer with the lemon taste. One story I remember Kristoffer told this evening was then that he was a few weeks ago in Vienna at a techno party, and another old friend of us told him that he has a strange or funny dancing style. And so, yeah, we also discussed on this evening Kristoffer's dancing style, and I remember that when I was with Kristoffer at parties, I never really had the impression that he has a funny or strange dancing style. Don't know, was never on my mind. But so, we had already a lot of fun this evening. Later on, we also started to drink some absinthe and took some pineapple and some ginger. And I think it was also the first time that Kristoffer took some ginger. And so the evening, our mood became funnier and funnier, that we decided to go out, you know, for a little shaky. Yeah. The only problem was, at this time, it was already, I think, 3 o'clock in the night. I think PM, 3 o'clock PM on a Monday. But whatever. We found online a cool party in an interesting location in walking distance, so that we left Kristoffer's place around circa 3 o'clock in the night, PM, or in the morning, Monday. His girlfriend stayed at home.
And yeah, due to all the wine, all the beer, the absinthe, the pineapple, and especially the ginger, you could imagine, you could also see it on the picture of the flyer, that we were in a very shiny, crazy, psychedelic mood. I would call it Fear and Loathing is Las Vegas style, baby. Yeah, and so we stepped, or more to say that we floated through the Parisian night in direction to the party. And I remember we crossed a big industrial area and damn, all these forms, all these colors and all these lights, just impressive. And I also remember that, you wouldn't believe it, also in a mega city or an international capital like Paris, there are not many people on the streets on a Monday morning around 3 o'clock. But whatever. I'm not sure if we have seen at least 3 people or on our 30-minute walk to the party venue. But so, on the last meters, we walked a desert street between big apartments or office blocks, and suddenly in the middle of this concrete desert, there was almost like a Fata Morgana, a little, how should I describe it? It was like a little forest trail. And at the beginning of the trail, there was a little guardhouse with a security/bouncer. I remember in my state of consciousness in the situation, the whole scenery seemed already just so surreal. But whatever. So we walked to the security/bouncer, high and fly as fuck, as you can also see on the flyer. And I had my hoodie on, wearing my sunglasses, smoking a cigarette, drinking one of these tasty blue French beers with the lemon taste. And we stepped there, the security looked at us, looked at me, said something to Kristoffer in French, what I didn't understand. Kristoffer looked at me and said he won't let us in. You have to imagine that also in a mega city, also in a mega city like Paris, the party options on a Monday morning around 3 o'clock are also not that high. And also due to our physically and mentally state, we didn't want to travel more around, so we wanted to go to this party. And you have just to imagine, my dear listeners, how surreal this was. In this concrete jungle with this totally out of the picture forest path, and the only sign of life around miles is me, Kristoffer, and the security/bouncer. And he won't let us in. Damn. So Kristoffer and I, we had to make a plan first, but please, ladies and gentlemen, don't interpret this wrong. I don't want to draw a wrong picture here that you might think we are some decadent, ugly yuppie motherfuckers. No, we are not. But our first plan was we tried to bribe the bouncer, but he refused, Then Kristoffer again had a little talk in French with him, which I didn't understand. Kristoffer translated for me and said that the reason why we are rejected is that the bouncer thinks that I am arrogant. Me? Alter, I answered shocked, because in my opinion I'm one of the less arrogant but also one of the best good-looking human beings ever. Un momento, per favor. And yeah, but Kristoffer said the bouncer thought my appearance with the hoodie, with the sunglasses, the burning cigarette and the beer, just arrogant. So yeah, I took off my hoodie, took off my sunglasses, turned off the cigarette, finished my beer and ta-ta, actually the bouncer, he let us in. But when I crossed him, he held me back at my shoulder, looked deep in my eyes and said with a very urgent tune, "Contenance." Yeah. So we walked up this surreal forest path, still no idea or imagination what will expect us at the end of this path. And after circa 200 meters at the end of this path, expected us, I think it was like a mixture of an old industrial hall or something like an ancient cathedral. And in front of this building was a scaffolding over 3 floors. There were also the first party people we saw, and we could also recognize the dull techno beats out of the building. And for the entrance, we had to walk upstairs the scaffolding to the third floor, and then there was the real entry and the wardrobe. And I remember when this other bouncer, the second one, put the stamps on, or the stamp for the entry on my hand, he also looked deep in my eyes and also spoke the word contenance. So it seemed like the first bouncer already informed his colleagues about our arrival. Yeah. So after passing the real entrance, we had to walk downstairs a stairway to the dance floor, and the whole location really seemed a little bit industrial, but also like, some kind of ancient catacombs. It reminded me a little bit of the Berghain, the famous Berlin club. And I remember when we walked downstairs, Kristoffer told me that for the next hour he will be unresponsive because he has to dance, he has to shake. I said, Kristoffer, no stress, no problem. I went down to the bar, checked myself a drink, went to the back of the dance floor, starting grooving in, doing my thing. And after a few minutes, while I was more and more diving into the sound, I suddenly saw Kristoffer crossing the dance floor from the left side in one line all over the whole dance floor to the right side, but not dancing. He was more like almost running, like walking, like one of these walking Olympic people, like this sport. I found it funny, but I didn't think much more about this in this moment. I was just enjoying my drink, the music. Then I lighted myself up a cigarette. Taking my first pokes, full of pleasure of the cigarette, as suddenly the second bouncer appeared directly in front of my face with an evil eye, took out the cigarette of my mouth, throwed it on the floor, stamped on it, and told me with a very strong French accent in an even evil tune, "No smoking inside. Contenance." I remember I felt like a little schoolboy in this situation, stuttering something like, "Sorry, I didn't know." So this was contenance number 3. After this, I focused again on the music, busting a few moves. As suddenly, I saw Kristoffer again, almost like Usain Bolt, this time from the right side, crossing the whole dance floor, again almost running and crossing it to the left side. I thought, strange, is he alright? Then I saw him standing at the wall. I walked to him and asked, "Hey, Kristoffer, what's up? Are you okay? I saw you running over the dance floor 2 times." And he answered me, "Everything fine. Why? I was just shaking." This was just so funny because a few hours ago we had this discussion about Kristoffer's dancing style. So it was, this was funny. But after this, I decided to go outside for a cigarette. Kristoffer said he keeps on dancing on the dance floor. So I had to climb the scaffolding, these 3 floors again, but this time downstairs because there was the smoking area. And I remember that during my smoke I had a splendid conversation in French with a few people, though I don't even speak French, as suddenly a big noise of the scaffolding kept everyone's attention. There were around 100 people in the smoking area. And suddenly everybody looked at the scaffolding as there was a body falling down almost all the 3 floors on these thin stairs of the scaffolding. And as this body arrived on the ground floor and everybody around me was looking worried at this body, I realized it was Kristoffer who was falling down the scaffolding, all these 3 floors. I ran to him and asked, "Kristoffer, what the fuck, Alter? Are you okay?" And he just stood up, dusted off his shoulders and looked in the eye and said, "Everything all right. Why?" Strangely, in this situation, there was no bouncer or security who told us contenance. But one last contenance should still be said. After that, we went back to the dance floor, and after a little bit shaky again, I decided to take one last ginger shot. Went to the toilet to take the ginger shot, and as I was there, suddenly I heard Kristoffer calling my name, asking for the ginger, you know. So went out of the cabin, and just in this moment, as I gave Kristoffer the ginger, the second bouncer stood beside us, saw the ginger, and said for the fourth and last time of this evening, this time not just with an evil, but rather with an amused eye, but still in an urgent tune, contenance. Yeah, and after this last contenance, I decided to leave because my last ginger shot was very strong. And I remember when I walked down the forest path past bouncer number 1, there were suddenly 5 people coming up to me, talking something in French, and I first thought they were a group of the party, some of the party people making nonsense and want a group hug, so I tried to hug them, so I hugged them, these 4 people, but then I realized this was 5 homeless people who wanted money from me, and so I very irritated, so I gave one of them my last 10 euros and went, I don't know how, to the Uber, which drove me to the hotel where I stayed. Yeah, and Kristoffer stayed at the party, dancing.
This might have been a true story, and all rights belong, of course, to all the interprets of this story. This was Radio RuffiYo and Kristoffer Torkins' monthly show Superfeature. Yeah. Radio RuffiYo is out. So, merci beaucoup and peace.
Alright, 1 minute, let's go.
What do you think about conclusions?
The conclusion.
Was haltest du davon? Was ist überhaupt deine Meinung zu sowas wie am Abschlussstatement? Was könnt ihr am Ende von unserem Gespräch, was haben wir davon? Sowas wie ein Abschluss, eine Schlussfolgerung, Abschlussstatement. Also, wenn jetzt ein Gespräch, was können wir mitnehmen davon? Wie könnte man es, soll man es zu Ende bringen? Was wäre ein möglicher Abschluss?
Outro.
Welcome to celebrities in everyday life situations.
Johann Sebastian Bach is counting his children.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This was Radio RuffiYo Episode 4 Superfeature with Kristoffer Torkins' monthly show on nonlocalradio.com.